and I'll sharpen my focus. If you notice when I'm gone, curling hair, close your eyes, we're upside down. No more sky, my mother said, be careful, don't keep it inside.
right through your life. You better watch for me. Oh yeah. You better watch for me. Maybe you should know karma got your soul. Maybe you should know karma's got your soul. How can
Today, pre-walkout today's starting lineups for the visiting Modesto Pirates, coached by Steve Aristoteles and assisted by Brad Peterson and Ronnie Green. Captains are freshman forward number 4, Eliza Roque, and freshman forward number 6, Megan Quello. The remainder of the Modesto starters: a sophomore goalkeeper out of Pittman, number 0, Sarina Jaime; a freshman defender out of Sierra, number 3, Alani Mullenix; a sophomore midfielder out of Sierra, number 5, Lindsay Rose; a sophomore forward out of Lathrop, number 7, Janessa Ward; a sophomore forward out of East Union, number 10, Chloe Silva; a freshman midfielder out of Sierra, number 11, Peyton Abreu; a sophomore defender out of Manteca, number 12, Sienna Jones; a freshman defender out of Pittman, number 15, Chloe Alcazar; a sophomore midfielder out of Gregory, number 16, Alexis Lopez; a freshman defender out of Tracy, number 17, Bailey Brown; and a sophomore defender out of Enox, number 19, Paulina Reyes. For your DVC Vikings, coached by Colleen Mullins, assisted by Sam Lubicic and Tino Takuba. The captains: a sophomore defender midfielder out of Doherty Valley, number 24, Maila Hicks; and a sophomore midfielder forward out of California, number 27, Alina Rodriguez. The rest of your starters today for the green and white: a freshman goalkeeper out of Concord, number 0, Isabella Hernandez; a freshman defender forward out of Liberty, number 3, Cami Regis; a sophomore defender out of St. Patrick's St. Vincent, number 5, Callista Rubel; a freshman midfielder forward out of Northgate, number 7, Anjali Huber; a freshman defender out of Liberty, number 12, Amanda Robertson; a redshirt sophomore defender out of Dublin, number 14, Sophia Loera; a sophomore midfielder forward out of EI, number 17, Mickey Miyazaki; a freshman forward out of San Ramon Valley, number 19, Sofia Gonzalez; and a freshman forward and midfielder out of College Park, number 23, Molly Rattery. Today's officials are Dave Killinan in the center, assisted by Francisco Manso on the player bench sideline, and Prashant Modi on the spectator stand sideline. We ask that you please remove your hats now as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Through the left side, base hit! Downing is in to score! And DVC walk it off!
Chest high step. He looks down the middle of the field. He's going to throw the goal right. Has a man in the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted, taking it down the far sideline. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And that's how you cap the game up.
Sierra Smith quickly worked around, feeding the hot hand. Jasmine got it! 3 threes for number 23.
Who finds Edwards? Edwards needs to get the shot up. Pulls up a deep 3. Able to knock it down!
The counter-attack. Here comes Carla Ramos forward, looking for Noelle Lemus. She's gotten by the last defender. Valentine comes out. Noelle drills the keeper. Lemus! Lemus! And that is a DVC victory. And the Vikings are champions of California! Welcome, faithful followers of the Green and White, to coverage of women's soccer on DVC Vikings Live. I'm your host and commentator, Joe Hickey, ready to bring you today's Big 8 opener as the Pirates of Modesto Junior College venture west on the 580 to visit the DVC Vikings. Now for Modesto, this is not their opener inside the Big 8. They got the conference slate underway on Tuesday, hitting the road as well to visit Folsom Lake, the defending conference and state champion Falcons. They scored 3 goals in each half en route to trouncing the Pirates 6-0. So DVC will be bracing a bit for a team looking to take its frustrations out on them this afternoon. Modesto are 8-3, but they haven't won since September 23rd when they shellacked Solano 7-0. Shaylin Roy Williams, who starts today on the bench, the sophomore forward and star of last year's Big 8 track and field championships, has been part of almost 40% of Modesto's goals, scoring 14 and assisting on 5, while Lindsay Rose is the midfield creator to watch out for, leading the Pirates in assists now for the second year running. September 23rd was also the last time that DVC laced them up at all, when they fell 4-2 to Las Positas. That one, an authentic game of 2 halves, and the latest example of a bit of a DVC letdown in the final 15 minutes of the first half. This season's squad has scored 5 and conceded 5 in the opening 30 minutes of matches, and are outscoring teams 6-4 in the final half hour. That middle bit, though, to either side of halftime, that's where they've been outscored 10-3 and seen a few competitive matches get away from them. Against Los Po, they went down 4-0 at the break, but they played a fantastic second half against basically the same personnel and scored once through each of their leading scorers, Angie Huber and Cami Regis. As we take a look here, the two of them will be in the starting lineup as DVC look to put together a complete 90 minutes here against the Modesto Pirates and look a little more like the team that managed to hold Las Positas without a shot on goal in the second half of that match. As we mentioned here, the leading scorer this season for Coach Aristoteles' Pirates is not in the starting lineup here as we get going. That is Shay Roy Williams. Instead, it is the women you saw on the screen, and we are off to the races right away. DVC in the black and green gradients, attacking right to left across your YouTube progress bar. Modesto Junior College in the pink Tober tops over white shorts and socks. Ball in possession for a moment of Modesto, but it's going to be Cami Regis taking one away, forward in the direction of Alina Rodriguez. Showing for it up the gut is the number 12, that is Sienna Jones. Is not served, but now does have the ball come to her. Chased back, pressure from DVC, and it'll be dropped all the way back to the 16, Alexis Lopez. Now back towards the 19, that's Paulina Reyes. If you happen to have the Modesto roster in front of you, that's a bit of a number change. 27 on the official roster, but 19 in the pink shirts today. One other change you will see is Shaylin Roy Williams wearing, appropriately enough, number 9 when she does come in off the bench. Certainly does appear to be, well, that kind of player with her 14 goals and 5 assists on the season. Ball is out of play back behind the auxiliary goals as we are just underway here from Pleasant Hill. A little bit of a delay owing to traffic and bridge issues, keeping the Pirates from being able to get here at the usual time. Just about everybody, it felt like, was running late. I got here a good 20 minutes later than I usually do as well, and then was immediately spared any consequences for that by the traffic that stopped the Pirates. Here's a ball through the middle. That's cut off by the 13. Or correction, that's the 19, Reyes, who tries to step her way through a few players. Cut off here, Rubel. Nice little flick behind herself for Sofia Gonzalez. And Sofia, up the left side, has cavalry with her, doesn't get it off of her foot for Angie Huber, who is trying to cut across her on a diagonal. Ball cut loose now. It's Janessa Ward, the transfer from San Joaquin Delta, on it for a moment. Taken away here, and it's now Miki Miyazaki up the gut, looking for Huber, a little long, and in the blue penny. In order to provide contrast between the pink and the red of her kit is Sarina Jaime, sophomore out of Pittman. A goals against average that probably is now at exactly 1.00 after about 2 minutes of play. Started at 1.01. Right now it's Peyton Abreu on the left side, cutting and putting it across from the top left corner of the box. A little too direct, and out to claim that is Bella Hernandez. And in short order, both goalkeepers get their first touches of the game here in minute number 3. Goal kick knocked down here and held by the DVC defense. Back to Bella. Now out the right side, cut off there by the 5, Rose, leading assist woman both last year and this season. Has had a goal contribution as there's a foul committed. First one of the game. It goes against Modesto, and a free kick here for the Vikes. Rose with 6 goals and 7 assists, and she's spread them out such that in every game where Modesto have scored at all, she has a goal contribution, except for one. It's just that West Valley game that they lost 3-1, where she was not involved. Cami Regas settling a ball. Interesting on a diagonal here for Sofia. Ends up with it at the byline. Keeps it in play. Still Gonzalez. Drops back now to Regas. Good pressure coming there from the 12 and the 15. That's Jones and Alcazar. In the case of Jones, we've seen her a little bit all over the place so far. Taking a run up the gut earlier as a center forward, it appeared. And is now tucked in as a right side midfielder, so a lot of positional flexibility tends to be a hallmark of Steve Aristoteles' teams over the years. It's a nice cutoff, and now Huber trying to put one through here for Sofia Gonzalez. Beats Alcazar to it. Sofia in front of goal. Sofia unable to get the shot away, and the sliding challenge will clear it. That off the boot of Paulina Reyes. It'll be the day's first corner kick, and it goes the way of the green and white. No, correction. That has been overruled. The signal was made by our man far side, Prashant Modi, but overruled by Dave Killinan in the center. He's got Francisco Manso just to the right of our broadcast position as the AR1. Alcazar with the ball on her foot right now. Now trying to loop one up the sideline. Janessa Ward looking to get onto it. Ward trying to take on Maila Hicks. Here comes the ball in, and that is going to reach the foot of the number 5. Popped up in the air and held in all the way across the way. That was Lindsay Rose, who was unable to settle it. Was a hot shot coming in off the boot of the 12, Sienna Jones, though. Ball cleared away. Rattery will drop that back for the captain, Alina Rodriguez. Rodriguez able to scoot away from Mullenix. The ball out, though, for a Modesto throw. It does appear to be Mullenix alongside Reyes, Bailey Brown, and Chloe Alcazar, your back line. The latter 3 of those, as Alina Rodriguez hits the deck and cannot keep the ball in play. 3 of those, besides Reyes, your exciting freshmen for this team. All of them have pretty much been installed starters right from the get-go. Reyes, meanwhile, a bounce back from Stanislaus State after graduating from Enix in 2023. Ball up the gut here is going to find the 17, Brown. Tries to punch it immediately forward and skips the lines for Janessa Ward. Now looking for it again. This one's a little central. Robertson seems to have it tracked, and overcomes Hicks to knock it away. Ward, though, will recover it. Earns the byline, puts in a cross. Now coming in and scuffing it is the arrival of the 10, Chloe Silva. Not able to make definitive contact with it. That is wide left. We'll put that down as the first shot of the game, but it is not on frame. It'll be a goal kick here. Or rather, the ball remains in the hands of Bella Hernandez. Little unclear there on whether that went out or not. Now, it does seem to be a goal kick, otherwise somebody would be charging her by now. Angie Huber holds the ball after the goal kick. Now dropped back into DVC's defensive line. Robertson over the top in search of Alina. Alani Mullenix, though, able to get to it first. Alani versus Alina. Good work over at the far sideline by Chloe Silva to resist the pressure from the DVC defense. Up ahead now and worked off of her by Callista Rubel. She gets to the midfield stripe and now puts one down into the right corner in search of Rattery. Closing that down will be Bailey Brown. Kicked out into the auxiliary goals. Seven and a half minutes gone here in first half action. We mentioned the opening half hour. DVC have been basically at a stalemate with their adversaries. And they've been slightly better in the final half hour at creating goal scoring opportunities. It's the only half hour of the game so far this season in which they have outscored their opponents. It's that middle bit where they've got to be very careful, and they'll be hoping to have taken a lead before they reach that point. Hicks back to Rubel. Modesto 8-3 on the season. DVC 2-7 officially, but have won 2 of their last 5 after forfeiting 2 and losing their opening 2 matches. Ball briefly in possession of the number 7 here under windy conditions. Janessa Ward had it cut off by Miyazaki. Now given back away. Bailey Brown stuck to the sideline, launching one over the top in search of Sienna Jones. That'll be met with the head of Robertson. Hicks up with it for a moment. Now back to Jones. Inside for the 11 Abreu. Worked off of her. Brought down by Rattery. In battle with Alexis Lopez. The 16 in pink takes it away. Here's Mullenix taking on Rodriguez. Over to the left side, Chloe Silva. In search of the 11 Abreu and cleared by DVC. And here comes Alina Rodriguez up the right side. Touched away from her by Alani Mullenix. And that'll be a throw in for the green and white. Coming into play today, not a ton of close matches for Modesto so far this season. Started with 7 wins in a row, 9-0, 5-1, 9-0, 6-0, 3-1, 7-0, 5-0. Combined score of 44-2, in case you're not feeling like doing the math yourself like I did. 2 of those coming to a pair of teams DVC fell to. West Valley, who they lost to 3-2, and Skyline, who a shell of DVC, lost to on the opener 3-1. Looks like we may have the need for a substitution here in the middle of the center circle, a player down here for the Pirates. Looks like Karen Perez is getting the call from the bench to get ready to replace Paulina Reyes. So that is the decision that will be made, with the difficulty right now favoring the right leg is Paulina Reyes, and she will give way to Karen Perez, freshman defender out of Turlock. Lots of Turlock grads on this squad. In fact, I just about control-C'd freshman forward out of Turlock because I think there were 5 of them. Regis in possession, looking for a 1-2 there with Molly Rattery. The Vikings at the moment, it would appear Rattery the isolated center forward with Gonzalez on the left wing. Maybe Alina Rodriguez on the right, if it is a trident. Here comes the ball forward looking for Janessa Ward. Bella a little slow to come off of her line. Ward will get to it first, but she bangs it off of Bella. Good work, even with the slightly slow reaction initially, to make herself big enough and prevent Ward from having a path to get that by her. That will be the first second Modesto shot. And the first one on frame. And therefore the first save for Bella. Bella certainly with the standard experience at this point for a outfield player converted into a goalkeeper, which is some games looks like a world beater. Saves 8 shots. Looks phenomenal. Other games, a little bit off. Still learning the instincts of when to attack. And I think very understandable for a newer goalkeeper to occasionally be a little slower off your line, a little worried about giving a defender a chance to run through you. Miyazaki nutmegs Sienna Jones for a moment there, but the ball is reflected and all the way back now to Sarina Jaime. Jaime has started every game this season except for the one against Evergreen Valley. That the first of 2 consecutive losses that Modesto have suffered after starting 7-0. The other one we told you about in the start to the defending conference and state champions Folsom Lake. A bit of a mishandle there from Robertson. Ball taken away by Janessa Ward. Ward looking to use the afterburners and push through the DVC left back. Joining her on the close down is Cami Regis, and that'll force the ball all the way back to the right back. Trying to hook one forward is Chloe Alcaraz, knocked down by Loera. Not able to get a good clear off of it. The ball is through Bella Hernandez, and it's a goal on a giveaway by Peyton Abreu. Vikings with a good start here, but they do concede this goal here to Peyton Abreu in minute number 13. We've got a couple of extra jobs here today, so forgive me if I'm a little silent here and there as as I work my way through a few bits of administration. Going to wait a moment here for the next stoppage in play as the ball's put out here. We have a chance to announce the recent tally. Modesto Junior College goal in the 13th minute off the boot of number 11, Peyton Abreu. Her third of the season. Modesto 1, DVC 0. So the Pirates on top here early, courtesy of that second shot on goal and third shot of the game. Ball was served in by the 15, Alcaraz. It was a bit of a mishit on the attempted clearance by the DVC center back, and as a result, a clear shot. Not an irresistible one, but Hernandez not able to quite get behind it. And Modesto take the advantage. DVC looking for the reaction. Here comes Angeli Huber behind all but one player. She looks to take on the 17, Bailey Brown. Entering the 18 with a defender on her back. Fires! Stopped, and she ends up with a arm through the back, and Coach Colleen Mullins unhappy about the lacking potential foul call for that. And I think you can hear exactly the concern there that that shove in the back responsible for putting off Angie Huber. DVC with their first shot on frame, first shot period. Now it's Janessa Ward coming through. Knocked down by Abreu. She loses control in the challenge with Callista Rubel, and the ball's out for a throw. Brief concern there if the one had gone in favor of Modesto after being lacking on the other side. Might have gotten a little ugly here. Ball in possession right now of Abreu's slide challenge to take it away from DVC's Cami Regas. Trying to get stuck in, but again, Ward able to get away. Squares this one up at the half moon on the foot of Alexis Lopez, and now taken away by Angie Huber, looking to get off to another run. Knocks this one back behind Sofia Gonzalez. Amanda Robertson will get there first. Forward for Rattery. Too many cooks in the kitchen, but Gonzalez will come away with it. And here comes the DVC's track star. Gonzalez looking for somebody to feed, trying to put that one through a pair of defenders for Alina Rodriguez. Regas, left side, Molly Rattery. Touches that around the arrival of Alcaraz. Tasty stuff. Now spins the other way. Centered up, trying to find Miyazaki. Bit of a coming together there, and a foul whistled when perhaps there might have been the chance to play advantage. That'll be the second Modesto foul. DVC with their first attacking zone free kick.
You ready, Serena?
It's going to be Callista Rubel over it. She has got a boot. Here comes the hit. That is dropping, but not quite fast enough. And it'll go over the crossbar. Second Viking shot against 3 for Modesto. They trail in shots on goal 2-1. They have yet to commit a foul. Modesto's committed 2. 3 if you ask Colleen Mullins. Yet to see a corner kick, and of course the only goal, the one off the boot of Peyton Abreu. That about 4 minutes ago. Ball in possession here in the midfield of Miki Miyazaki. Robertson looking for a direct path here for Rattery. It is going to be a handball as Huber tries to bring down the header from Bailey Brown. Up top for Modesto, it is Ward on the left, Ward on the right. She's the one racing forward to try to beat Hernandez to that ball, and doesn't. Clearance a little more convincing this time from Loera. Now at the midfield stripe, it's Gonzalez trying to get locked into a battle with Alcaraz. Now a ball long, that's going to find Ward already offside. She goes passive, and it goes all the way to Bella. Long ball bouncing on the right side, and in pursuit of it is Angie Huber as a shift change just about to happen here for Coach Aristoteles. 3 substitutes ready. One of whom is the team's leading scorer, 14 this year, 25 in her career, Shea Roy Williams. Long ball met with the head of Callista Rubel. Alina drops that back, now popped way up in the air. Rattery tries to bring it down, comes down here for DVC. Here comes a shot off the boot of Alina Rodriguez. That will be a save, and those tallies evened up here for the green and white. 3 shots apiece, 2 shots on goal apiece. Goal kick brought down eventually here by the green and white. It is Miki Miyazaki, centrally for Regis. Back to Miki. Hicks. Unable to quite get it off her foot in time there. Janessa Ward comes away with it. Looking to go route 1 for Sienna Jones. A little long, might have already been in an offside position, and so that will filter through to Bella Hernandez. Substitutes in a moment will be Renteria, Roque, and Roy Williams on there. On the Modesto side, Hannah Walden getting ready to come in for her first action for DVC. Also available off the bench will be Hannah Morell, as well as newcomer Sina Nagasi. And with that ball out, it will be time for substitutions and for me to let people know who they're about to see. Maybe, maybe not. Francisco Manso has said no. Okay, oh, they're just making sure that everybody comes out appropriately. Here we go. Entering for DVC, number 21, Hannah Walden. Entering for Modesto Junior College, number 4, Eliza Roque. Number 2, Marissa Renteria. And number 9, Shaylin Roy Williams. Roy Williams, who had a goal against the Vikings in the Big 8 tournament game last season and certainly made an impression both there and in one of my only broadcasting gigs of the spring semester, which was the Big 8 Track and Field Championships. She was the unquestioned star of that meet, took home the Women's Runner of the Meet award, winning the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the long jump, and was part of the winning 4x100 relay team. As we mentioned, 25 career goals at DVC. Excuse me, MJC I meant to say. 14 of them this year to lead her team. Alexis Lopez in battle with DVC's Angie Huber. The ball is out, last touched by Pink. Throw in the direction of Miki Miyazaki, but Eliza Roque, the new legs, in immediately to challenge for it. Precocious freshman with 9 goals already on the season as it wrestled off of her here. Now back to the left back, Mullenix, forward for Rose. Rose puts in a ball in search of Shaylin Roy Williams. Off the foot, looked like a half shot, half cross, but that was assuredly something with some curl on it. Trying to sneak it around the back line and to a leaking out Roy Williams. Throw in is eventually wrestled away by DVC. Alina Rodriguez unable to hold on to it, and now a good filtered ball up the left side. Running in, here's the ball into the side netting. Off the boot of Eliza Roque. 4th Modesto shot. As we approach the halfway point of this first half. Modesto on top if you are just joining us. That courtesy of a goal in the 13th minute by Peyton Abreu. Abreu taken off the field, it would appear, as a result of the substitution. It presently seems to be Roque in the center and Roy Williams now on the right side of the attacking line. DVC take one away. Angie Huber, rather. Able to scoot around a defender, now trying to beat a second one. Nearly does get the ball back after losing it for a moment. Unable to settle it is 14. Nice ball looped forward, though, off the boot of Callista Rubel. That almost set nicely for Hannah Walden. Rubel and Hicks, your center back pairing. Loera right back, and Sofia Gonzalez now employed as the left back. Wing player has been employed largely as a forward. Ball right now, though, in possession of Modesto. Jones's ball forward, cut off by Loera. Taken back by Renteria, the last of the 3 new arrivals, the other 2 in the forward lines. Ball dropped back. Mullenix leaves that in the center circle here for Sienna Jones. Drop back now to the 22, Karen Perez. Popped up in the air with the head of Callista Rubel. She looks to get back on that for the second ball. Comes to Cami Regas. Walden looking to scoop that one with the outside of her boot for Rattery up the left wing. Nothing doing. Blocked at point blank range. Robertson rather. Would have preferred to bank that off of Roy Williams. Actually gets the nutmeg, but as a result, it's a throw in to the women in pink. Looks like Reyes and Abreu are going to return to the action before too long. Bit of a flyby from Huber. Spin there. She nearly lost control from Alexis Lopez. Now tries to put one in on the left side of the box. Cut out and cleared. Knocked down by Hannah Walden. Not able to get that first touch to stick, though. Pass forward, cut off for a moment by Miki Miyazaki. Now an attempt to refeed up the left side. That'll go out, and we do have the returns to play here for a pair of Modesto Pirates. Returning for Modesto, 19, Paulina Reyes, and 11, Peyton Abreu. Into the game, number 18, Ariana Diaz. Looks like Diaz will take off Mullenix, while it's Lopez and Rose who leave for the other 2. 20 minutes left to go here in first half action. Just the 1 goal, but you heard it as soon as it was put into the back of the net from Coach Colleen Mullins, as well as the other members of the staff, that you're playing well. Don't let your head drop for that. Mistakes happen here and there, and a good team like Modesto will take advantage of them, but it's been a good opening 25 here for DVC. They have just about equaled Modesto on shots. They have put 2 on frame, and admittedly had a pretty good shout at a PK down about 2 or 3 minutes after the Modesto tally. Arguably, Modesto had just as good of a shout down at the other end, all of 90 seconds after that. Very active period right around the quarter of an hour of our match here today. This, of course, the opener of Big 8 play. DVC will be on the road next Tuesday at San Joaquin Delta for their first road game inside the Big 8, while Modesto will finally get that first home game after opening up with 2 road trips this week, Folsom and, of course, DVC. Vikings will be at home for the first 3 Fridays of Big 8 play, as they'll meet Cosumnes River a week from today, and then the following Friday, the 24th, they'll host Sierra College. Nice persistence there from Amanda Robertson. Didn't quite take it off the first time, did get it the second time. That ball's going to get away from Sienna Jones, and nicely managed by Rattery to send Cami Regas off to the races. DVC 3-on-4. Regas trying to work that around Sienna Jones, shows too much of it to Bailey Brown, and I believe the clearance apparently did not strike a DVC Viking. Thought it might have gotten Regas, but the signal given by Mr. Killinen is a throw-in.
We just cleared it off of them, referee. We just cleared it off of their body and a hand.
Yeah, I'd say Steve Aristoteles has a point. I know what I saw. At any rate, Vikings retain possession here. Put up the left wing in search of Rattery, a little too long. Walden will try to make it tough, but it does roll over the back line under the watchful eye of the number 22, Karen Perez. Ball taken away here by Alina Rodriguez. Walden turns and tries to put a ball into a dangerous area, but that's going to roll right to Sarina Jaime. windy day, but lovely temperature here, cloudless skies, and 71 degrees at kickoff as Hannah Morell gets indications from Coach Colleen Mullins. Likely to see her first action in just a moment as Callista Rubel pops this one up in the air with the head, comes down with it. Good use of the body to box out and retain it. Also takes it away after losing it for a moment to Peyton Abreu. In a post-up position. Drops it back to Loetta, now forward for Miyazaki. Touches that around the arrival of Roque. Now looking for Regis. Gets there before the first defender. Gives directions to Molly Rattery. Comes to a stop. Pressure coming from Roy Williams. And now Regis is going to launch one towards the far post. Can the Vikings close it up? Not quite. Not a bad ball at all.
We're holding too long. We're going back in the exact same place. I got to get it out the field. Get up the field.
Long ball toward the midfield stripe off the boot of Perez. Knocked down by Roy Williams.
Play Sienna. Play Sienna. In the corner. Sienna.
Faces up after running in retro and now launches one centrally. Stopped by Rubel. Launched into the left wing for Rattery by Regis. Long run and a battle to follow here in a moment. And nice work by Perez. Very, very slightest of touches to keep that away from Molly Rattery. Cool under some pressure. Reyes. Alcazar now. Launched for Roy Williams. Robertson trying to resist her arrival. Slide challenge from Rubel. Ball still kicking around. It's going to fall for a moment to Shaylin Roy Williams. It is a mess in there right now and is at long last cleared. Whoa. Vikings defense throwing everything they can at it. The first line might not always stop it, but there will be more to come. And now a ball taken away in the midfield by Anjali Huber. Huber from the back of the center circle. Launched forward for Rattery. That looks like it's going to have enough juice to get all the way over the back line. Rattery, though, game to try and pursue it, and we will have a substitution here for the Vikings. Into the game for DVC, number 2, Hannah Morell. And on Vikings field debut, number 20, Sina Nagasi. Welcome to the family, Sina. They take off Alina Rodriguez and Molly Rattery. And so it appears they will be like-for-like swaps. Morell stationing herself on the left wing in Rattery's position. Sina Nagasi all the way across to right wing. Two of them, and Hannah Walden, the front line here for the green and white. Robertson on it here. Launch forward, that's over Alcaraz, and a chance here for Morell to get onto it. One of DVC's chief assist women this season, but her first touch is going to leave a little to be desired over the back line. So the Vikings outscored 1-0 in the opening half hour of today's game. We are now in that middle half an hour, which remains a story for this team. They have had their struggles getting to halftime without giving up that goal that causes, well, changes to the script of the halftime talk. They've only once or twice managed to score in that period of time, and even one of those I remember very clearly against Woodland. They got one and then 3 minutes later gave one up too. This is a period where the Vikings have, we'll call it growth mindset. It's a ball from Shaylin Roy Williams that's going to get through Rubel. Opportunity knocking here for Modesto. Big save, Bella. Gets in a good position, knocks that one away, and Modesto denied an opportunity to add to their lead here in minute number 32. Third shot on goal of today's match for the women in pink. DVC back on it, looped over the right side. Unfortunately, that one's going to be a bit too long and deep for Sina Nagasi to get to. Midfield behind Morell, Walden, and Nagasi right now is consisting of Huber, Miyazaki, and Regis. Back line, Loetta on the right. This ball is flowing in the direction of Hannah Morell, well managed by Chloe Alcaraz. Clearance, though, is only as far as Regis. Cami running around the left side. Body on body challenge there with Sienna Jones. Regis trying to earn it back, but looks to have touched it over the back line. Goal kick. Finishing off the DVC lineup, Loetta on the right side Robertson on the left, Hicks and Rubel, your center back pairing for the current 11 out there. Remains, I believe, the same back line for Modesto, but they have done most of their retreads in the forward and midfield areas, besides the one substitution by necessity when Paulina Reyes needed to be removed for an injury. Oh, Regis needed to have somebody talk to her and let her know that Roy Williams was lurking, but the ball does stick here with the Vikes. Hicks, forward for Nagase. First touches here in green and white for Sina. Works through one defender, not the second. Miyazaki comes away with it. Launches this out to the left side for Morel. Pops the ball up, and it's off the head of a defender, the 22, Karen Perez. Reyes comes up in a bit of pain again as Miyazaki's ball is a little aimless into the center. Comes back to her, but now taken away by Modesto. Sienna Jones over the top in search of Shaylin Roy Williams. Robertson battling with her here at the right side of the 18. Roy Williams on the lean, trying to create space. Now she turns and fires. That's wide. Shot number 6, and that'll allow time for a substitution here with a little under 11 minutes to go. Returning for Modesto, 5, Lindsay Rose. She will take off Sienna Jones. As we mentioned so far this season for Lindsay Rose, 6 goals, 7 assists. Spreading those out over the course of the 11 matches. That's a bit of a mishit there from Reyes. Alcaraz will get there before Morel. Drop back now to Brown. Long ball over the top of both Regis and Rose. Comes to Hicks. Forward for Cami at the midfield stripe. Cami trying to split a couple defenders for Morel. That'll be cut off, though, by the 22, Perez. Up ahead here, Roy Williams. Robertson. Roy Williams getting onto the move, and Rubel will come up and clear it off of her foot. Popped up in the air with the head of Paulina Reyes. Miyazaki looking to claim it. Resists the arrival of 2 defenders. Huber holds on despite losing her bearings for just a moment. Comes free to Nagase, and now to Walden, looking to get stuck in against Ariana Diaz. Now puts a ball to the right side. Nagase won't be able to beat the 22 Perez to it. Played out on the far sideline. Throw in to come. We'll see if Modesto are going to ask for the sub just yet. Well, no, they can't because it's DVC ball. Lots of action to come this weekend in DVC athletics, but all of it besides this away from Pleasant Hill. That is a bit of a mishit there by the center back Bailey Brown, and for a moment Angie Huber looking for an opportunistic chance there. That's going to be a goal kick. Apparently it was last touched by Huber. That will allow time for a pair of subs here for Coach Aristoteles. Re-entering for Modesto, 16, Alexis Lopez, 7, Janessa Ward. They will take off Paulina Reyes as well as the 2, Marissa Renteria. Inside the final 10 minutes of action here from Pleasant Hill in this first half. That one just over the head of Angie Huber. Claimed by Callista. Loera. Looking to feed Nagase on the right side. Sina. Spins around one defender. Now looks to run into the center. Cut off there, though, by the arrival of Eliza Roque. Forward for the newly reinserted Ward, who's going onto the left wing with Roy Williams on the right. Here comes a ball in search of their leading scorer. Cut out. Nicely knocked away by Robertson. Nagase on it. In battle with the goal scorer, Abreu. Takes it away. Knocked away neatly there by Loera. Comes free to Nagase. Sina. Loses out again into the challenge with Abreu. Walden closes things up. Out last touched by the 21 in green and black. Throw in up the side, resisted by DVC. Callista Rubel clears it up the line. Last touched by Modesto Junior College. It'll be a DVC throw. They look to build here from the center stripe. Loetta, the right back up with it. Miyazaki, back to Rubel. Launched in the direction of Walden. Brings it down nicely, and with the outside of her boot, feeds Angie Huber. Tries to get that back to a teammate. Takes a deflection on the way through and cleared away by Modesto. Rubel in pursuit. Has a player running up her back. She'll drop it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Bella Hernandez, who gives it away here to Roy Williams, and Roy Williams is going to have that sliced the wrong way off her boot. A chance to shoot a mostly open goal, targeting the top left corner. And off the boot, a bit of a knuckleball. Looked like that might tuck itself in there and then started slicing on her. Approaching the final 5 minutes of play here in this first half. Chloe Silva will be re-entering here for Modesto. Re-entering for the Pirates, number 10, Chloe Silva. She'll take off Peyton Abreu. Abreu's goal in minute number 13, the difference right now in today's match. Pirates leading 1-0. Vikings and Pirates met twice last season, a 2-1 win early in conference play for the Pirates. Is Sofia Lopez Real responsible for the lone Viking tally. It was the first sign, though, that Modesto weren't going to be quite as good in conference as their non-conference record made it look, and DVC are hoping for a little more of the same here today. Last season, they were 11-1 when the Vikings met them. They did put up 2 early goals, but the Vikings held them quiet after that and scored one right before halftime. They were in that game down to the finish, despite being really at the very tail end of the period that you would have labeled as dysfunctional last season. Here's a ball up the left wing from Regas in search of Morel. It'll be chased down first by Bailey Brown. Forward for the 16, Lopez, Rose, Alcaraz. Now looped over the top in search of Shaylin Roy Williams. That'll be too long, and out comes Bella Hernandez to claim it. Long ball brought down here by Rose, just in front of Angie Huber. She and Regas converge. The ball comes free to Lopez. Hicks absorbs a shove in the back. That will be foul number 3 against Modesto. None yet whistled against the green and white. The rest of your statistical reset, Modesto out shooting DVC 7-3, but just 3-2 in shots on goal. Yet to have a corner kick in today's game. Had at least 2 moments where I thought the first one was coming for the Vikings, but it has not been the case. DVC have had 1 attacking zone free kick. Callista Rubel just barely was unable to keep under the crossbar. That one just over the head on a hop of Hannah Morel. Now gets stuck in and takes the ball away from Lopez. Comes free to Walden, trying to serve Angie Huber. Nice bit of work by Chloe Silva to come in and cut that off from the Vikings' leading scorer. Up the left sideline. Put out by Callista Rubel. As we approach the moment of the clocks coming to a stop and putting our fate in the hands of Dave Killinan in the center. If you're just joining us, 1-0 on the Peyton Abreu goal in the 13th minute. Both teams had decent shouts at PKs in the 5 minutes that followed that opening tally. Since then, it's been largely Modesto taking the shots, although just one has been on frame from the Pirates since the Abreu goal. 2 saves so far for Bella Hernandez, the second of them a very solid stop of a very hard shot. Certainly one that this commentator appreciated, because I had literally just done what could be interpreted as an announcer jinx. Looking for more here are Modesto. The ball forward, but that's going to go out the back line under the watchful eye of Captain Maila Hicks. Clocks come to a stop here on DVC Vikings Live and at Vikings Field. Very few stoppages here as Hannah Morell lets that one go under her own legs to try to create space by Alcaraz. The knockback is going to find Hannah Walden. She tries to square this up for Angie Huber, just cut out by Bailey Brown. Here comes a Route 1 ball with Roy Williams rather, very, very wide, and so that'll be easy pickings for Bella. Big collision there. Callista Rubel stands tall, wins the ball, and is now on her way forward. 5-on-5. That's the numbers on the back of the jersey. Rubel on Rose. Callista all the way forward, now trying to feed Sina Nagasi. Nagasi not able to come away with it. The clearance, though, will go out for a throw-in. Here inside what is likely the final minute of action. There is the signal from Dave Killinen. Vikings looking for a late change in the tenor of the halftime talk. They earn another throw in there. Huber bouncing that off of a Modesto Pirate. Loetta will put it in. Looking for Angie Huber, but cut off by Modesto defender. Eliza Roque comes up with it after the deflection. And now up the left wing in search of Janessa Ward. Maila Hicks in retro, now looking to face her up. Squared for Shaylin Roy Williams. Cut out by the return from behind of Cami Regas. That one skews into the Modesto player bench, but a big intervention from Cami. With Modesto's leading scorer lurking. It's back on her foot as she loops one in towards the edge of the 18. Roque trying for the half bicycle to put it in. Ends up all the way on the other side. Ward cross in, and here comes Bella Hernandez. Good and attentive from Bella. That might well be the last of our action here in half number 1. Ball drop kicked, held by Sina Nagasi. Good encouraging stuff from the debutante right wing. Rattling around at the far sideline, and there is indeed the final whistle of first half action. And that'll bring us into the locker room here again. It's the Peyton Abreu goal in minute number 13. The difference between our sides. Otherwise, statistically, 7-3 your shot count in favor of Modesto, 3-2 in shots on goal. They have committed all 3 fouls, and we've yet to have a corner kick. We're going to send things over to Dave Hughes of the Beat of Diablo, his weekly show on KVHS 90.5, where you can get your weekly fill of local music turn of action here in Pleasant Hill. And it's a very effective job at that. We'll be right back. Again, your score at the break, Modesto 1, DVC 0.
This is the beat. This is the beat. The Beat of Diablo with Dave Hughes.
Hey there, local sports fans. This is Dave Hughes, the producer and host of the weekly local music program, The Beat of Diablo, broadcasting on FM radio at 90.5 KVHS and on television at Comcast 26. Here now are some select cuts from this week's episode, handpicked by your DVC Vikings live announcer, Joe Hickey. To catch this week's episode in full, visit thebeatofdiablo.com for local listings.
This is the beat. The Beat of Diablo's DVC Vikings Live halftime show.
These young, it's a flashpoint beneath
yourself up before the day. Think you've got good things coming your way. Try to leave that life behind. Scared of the man inside your head. You're gonna blow it, man. He struck down
And welcome back to Pleasant Hill. Referees back out on the field. DVC in the team huddle. Modesto beginning to form theirs as well as we get ready for action in the second half of our Big 8 opener here at Vikings Field between the Modesto Pirates and the DVC Vikings. Lots going on, as we mentioned obliquely in the first half in DVC athletics, but all of it besides this match away from Pleasant Hill. Men's water polo and women's water polo both at a pair of tournaments. The men are in Saratoga at West Valley College. Women, meanwhile, in San Luis Obispo at the Cuesta Invitational. The only other thing going on this weekend is the big match, which is football facing off with San Mateo. We'll be telling you more about Jimmy Collins' football team, but that is a matchup between two of the top 4 teams in the state, and I believe the top 2 teams in Northern California. That taking place on the peninsula tomorrow at 1 p.m. Volleyball on a bye week today, and we'll be on the road all next week. Cross country, we'll be telling you about some of their recent exploits, but they're next in action next Friday up in Santa Rosa. Of course, as we always do, we'll be bringing you updates around the horn about all of those teams. Water polo, and particularly women's water polo, have gotten off to a solid start here as the men have been playing for a solid month. The women got started just after our last game here. Their opening day match was the 24th, the day after DVC's soccer's last match was played. And so a lot to tell you about Trisha Kwan's women. Corey Dolly's men continue apace. Now at 14-7, they've had an active week against some of the top teams in the Big 8. And of course, football still undefeated, and hoping to preserve that on the road at number 1 in the state. As we get ready for action here, 1-0 your scoreline. We are just about ready for action here. Getting a little info from Steve Aristoteles about the exploits of Shaylin Roy Williams. We already told you about what she's done here at the junior college level. Apparently at least 3 schools that once upon a time you would have said were Pac-10 schools or Pac-12 schools, and now are in all sorts of different conferences, and one of them for some reason with the word Atlantic in it. But yeah, it sounded like Oregon, Cal, and I don't think I heard the other one because the first 2 took my attention. But drawing a lot of interest in track and field, and no surprises there. UCLA, there we go. So what is that now? That's ACC, Big Ten, and whatever's left of the Pac-2. Now Oregon might be Big Ten as well. I've lost track. I stopped following any college athletics that weren't junior college after Maryland went to the Big Ten. DVC off to a quick start here. Angie Huber is going to get a little under that one. First shot, excuse me. First shot. I don't think that was a Freudian slip. I think I just couldn't hear myself through the wind. First shot for DVC here in the second half. 4th of the game. That count right now, 7-4 in favor of the Pirates. They've got 3 shots on goal to the Vikings 2. All 3 fouls committed by Modesto so far, and yet to have a corner kick. DVC quickly trying to work their way forward. Rodriguez knocks that one back into the defensive zone, or rather Huber. Ball forward from Hicks is cut off by the 12, Sienna Jones. I will say I saw the white jerseys that Modesto would normally be wearing if it were not October on the road, and just from a pure commentary point of view, the numbers were bigger and they weren't against bright pink. I preferred those. These are pretty up close. No denying that, though. There was at least a little discussion at the outset, though, of the goalkeeper jersey being almost the same color, and also, for that matter, pink and purple, the kit of the referees, whether that was a clash. Ball launched over towards the left side. Good work here by DVC, though. It's Sophia Loetta who heads it away initially, and now pushed forward, and here comes Angie Huber again. Ball forward for Molly Rattery. She is onside as Bailey Brown was watching. Now looks to refeed Angie a little short and cut out by Karen Perez, the 22. Vikings looking bright here in the early going. of half number 2 and looking for that equalizer, trying to get that as quickly as they can. In the meanwhile, burning off time in that chunk of the game that has been their bugaboo this season. Comes the throw into Rattery. Drop back and now crossed in. Knocked away by Abreu. Scorer of our lone goal today. Regis comes away with it. Drop back to Morel. Regis popped up over the head of Anji Huber, and that'll go over for a throw. So for the Vikings, as we get back underway, do see Rattery, Huber, and Nagase, it would appear, as the forward line. Miyazaki, Regis, and one other in the midfield. Rubel and Hicks in the center of the defense. Loera, and I believe Robertson. I think it was Morel that I missed earlier in the current personnel. Robertson in possession, 2 defenders, or attackers rather, collapsing to her. She'll find Miyazaki. Regis trying to ladle this one over the left wing in search of Hannah Morel. Not quite able to hold it in play, but good effort. Yeah, in fact, I'll take that back. I think it's Morel, Rattery, and Nagase from left to right in the front line. Huber, Miyazaki, and Regis, your midfield. Robertson, Hicks, Rubel, and Loera, your defense in front of Bella Hernandez. Ball dropped back here for Callista Rubel. Look out there as a touch comes from Megan Coelho. Briefly took that ball away, but Vikings able to weather the storm. Here's Loera. Miyazaki looped over the top looking for Nagase. That's got a little bit of curl, not quite enough though, and that'll go out under the watchful eye of Bailey Brown. Mullenix, Brown, Perez. And one more at the far sideline whose number I can't read from here. That is still the 15, Chloe Alcazar, as your back line here for Modesto. DVC on the attack, ball up the left wing in search of Hannah Morel. It'll be the 22, Perez, who comes away with it. Her clearance. Almost held in by Huber. Now cleared off the chest at midfield of Lindsay Rose, unable to hold the ball in play. A correction, Shaylin Roy Williams rather than 9. Roy Williams, Silva, and Coelho from right to left, your forward line for Modesto. Vikings continuing to earn a little bit of space. This game thus far feeling an awful lot like the first one last year up in Modesto, albeit one that I was only able to watch on the live stream, one of the few road games I missed last year. This season, though, so many clubs are now live streaming their games that I will be just doing the home games, and just so you're not surprised by it, this is my last home game until November. Oh, this is a lovely ball here from Loera. That is not well managed by the defense. Brought down by Morel. Huber fires, but not enough stank on it. And that's going to be saved by Sarina Jaime in goal. That the third Viking shot on goal. Evening up that count. The shots overall count now at 7-5 Modesto. Interesting thing here is I was about to say that the Vikings haven't had anything as threatening as the one for Modesto at this point, but it's also worth noting that the one that they scored on was nowhere near as threatening as the one that Bella Hernandez stopped late. They are looking to fix that, though, right now. It's Shaylin Roy Williams, has it on her left, fires, and a toe poke save from Bella Hernandez. Comes back to Rose, through a forest, gets a touch to it, still alive, and off the post. And the follow-up may have taken a deflection at point blank. But Bella Hernandez getting it done. Here comes a counter cross in the direction of Shaylin Roy Williams. Still popping around. Rubel puts a boot through it. Brought down by Morel. Forward for Huber. DVC looked to go the other way. At least 2 shots and 1 on goal in that sequence. And here's Huber coast to coast. Lofting it in off the top of the head of Rattery. Still alive. Tries to flick that by herself, but she was offside on the initial service. The flag up over here. The encouragement coming here. A phenomenal initial stop. Got herself in position to at least make things interesting. I do think there were 2 shots on goal. I think there was the one through the forest of legs after the initial toe poke. now that I'm thinking about it and replaying it in my brain. Following that, a whole bunch of the ball rattling around. So make that count now 5-3, and here's another ball taken away here from by Modesto. Back to Roy Williams. She lets rip, but is leaning back, and that's going to wind up off the softball fencing on a hop. Goal kick to come, and a DVC substitution in the offing. I think somebody's got a call for the sub here, or it's not going to happen. Dave Killinan does not seem to be looking this way, and I guess we don't have it just yet. I don't announce anything unless the referee looks at me. Meanwhile, a foul committed here. And that's another one against Modesto. 4 on the game. Vikings yet to be sanctioned. Vikings had managed to close that gap on shots total, and Modesto put up 2 quick. Here's a lovely ball headed forward by Huber, but out comes the keeper in front of Molly Rattery. Another good long ball from Callista Rubel. She gets stuck in there on that ball and manages to take it away. Ball forward looking for Nagasi. Can't quite get a leg up to hold it. Mullinex will watch it out, and a throw in here for her and the Modesto Pirates. This one to the feet of the number 6 Coelho. Hopped around. Rubel watching it. It's going to be Mayla Hicks. A bit of a miss hit there. A lot of cooks in the kitchen. Ball claimed here in the center by Abreu after a touch from Rose. Loses it from Angie Huber. Not enough talk there from Modesto, and here comes DVC the other way. Regis. She's got Morel on the left. Tries to put a ball up Route 1. Kicks away. Here comes Regis. Oh, this might be range for Cami. Fires! Goal! Go, 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 go! Cami Regis! Second long-range bomb of the season for Cami, and the Vikings have equalized here in minute number 55. Substitution as well coming about here as we update all the various things. And there are a lot of them. I think I got them all. DVC goal in minute number 55. Off the thundering boot of number 3, Cami Regis. Her 5th goal of 2025. DVC 1, Modesto 1. And here we are in minute number 56, and we are made anew. The Vikings not only have managed to avoid conceding here in the period that has given them so much trouble, at least with 4 minutes left in that period, they've managed to tally themselves here and equalize this Big 8 opener. This, the sort of play that we saw them capable of in the second half against Las Positas. It was maybe the most frustrating but most encouraging 4-2 loss I've ever seen. The first half, absolutely devastating. The second half showed you what this team had in them. Shaylin Roy Williams with it on her boot. She will fire for the near post. Bella Hernandez down and to her left and secures it.
Gotta knock it down.
10-6 the shots count, 6-4 the shots on goal count, both in favor of the Pirates. But the only thing that matters is the number on that scoreboard, and they are level 1-1. Abreu in the 13th, Regis in the 55th. Ball at the far right sideline near the end line, touched by Morel, touched briefly by her opponent Alcaraz, who has come way forward from her right back position in an overlap. Ball drop back, cross, will go over the back line without a touch. And we'll take a moment here to do our first bit of Around the Horn coverage. We mentioned women's water polo got their season going the day after our last broadcast. Trisha Kwan's women 4-3 on the season after going 2-2 in Stockton. They did win their first 2 games inside the conference before falling to American River on the road 10-7. They are led by Brianna Smith's 22 goals and Lauren Kagayong's dozen assists. We mentioned before they will be at Cuesta in San Luis Obispo this weekend. Already played a little bit this morning. Don't have results just yet, but 4 games in the offing as this one's up the right side looking for Shaylin Roy Williams. Bella Hernandez out to it quickly, and she will claim it at the edge of her box.
Knock it down, knock it down. Got time. Knock it down, got time. Pass it early now.
You hear in our field mic the call coming. Make sure you're working together. Don't work individually. Work as a unit. Been working here. Literally one misstep that led to a decent shot. Here comes a ball for Angie Huber, and the flag goes up. That was absolutely tight. But we are not in a position to judge that from where we are sitting right now. It for sure was right there playing with that line, and we have a yellow card for Angie continuing on with the play afterwards. It was a pretty quick whistle, and you do need to stop at that point. Cannot go kick the ball away. So the yellow card issued here. Yellow card shown to number 7, Anjali Huber, in minute number 59. Sofia Gonzalez, meanwhile, has returned to the game. She was the one whose arrival was delayed a little bit by no one asking for her to be inserted on a goal kick, and then did finally come in after the Cami Regas goal. This ball is drilled deep, kept in at the back line here by Shaylin Roy Williams. Unable to feed anybody, it's Ariana Diaz who has it taken away at the byline. Cleared away. Throw in to the chest of Sienna Jones. Tries to put in a cross, and it takes a deflection and is out the back line. That will be today's first corner kick here in minute number 60. And worth noting in this very moment, the 30th, or rather the 30 minutes to go mark has passed. So we've talked about those half hours of the game. Vikings conceded in the first one. Normally they're at a stalemate. They've been getting obliterated in the second half hour of games. This time around, they win it 1-0 as the ball's played back to the corner taker.
Just serve it in.
It'll be a second one here as the short corner scheme does not pay off, and ball played back out. Second corner kick to come. This, the chunk of the game, the Vikings actually have a lead in on the season, outscoring opponents 6-5. This one is lofted in. The head of Callista Rubel will take it away. Poked from the range of Peyton Abreu. Ball comes free. Here comes a shot from distance from Mullenix, and that is right into the breadbasket of Bella Hernandez. 7-4 now. The shots on goal count in favor of Modesto. Speaking of sevens, Janessa Ward getting ready to re-enter the fray in just a moment here as a Modesto player, Bailey Brown, to ground. Here comes Coelho over the top looking for Chloe Silva. Bella initially active. Cross is going to be deflected away by Maila Hicks. Still rattling around in the 18 and cleared decisively by Cami Regas into the Viking player bench. And that will allow time for the sub. Returning for Modesto, number 7, Janessa Ward. Returning earlier for DVC, number 19, Sofia Gonzalez. Also back in for Modesto, number 16, Alexis Lopez. I think we had an Alexis Perez a couple of weeks ago and had the wrong name ending in Ez kicking around in my head. Chloe Silva. Ends up earning a corner kick down there. And after we had none of them for 60 minutes, we've had 3 just in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Ball played in. That's going to go wide. Here comes the shot. Almost unsighted and now cleared off the line by DVC, but the flag is up at the far sideline. It is indeed a Modesto goal. The attempted clearance there, I believe that's going to be credited to Shaylin Roy Williams. If so, it's her 15th. The ball popped up in the air off the initial save. And the header just barely gets over the line before the attempted clearance off the line, I think, by Maila Hicks.
Come on, let's win it now. Let's win it now. Let's win it. Go for it. Switch it early, come on. You got Lindsay. We had Lindsay there. Come on.
We'll wait here to see if DVC do a little something as Rattery tries to feed Angie Huber. Ball cleared away over the head of Roy Williams and Amanda Robertson. Attack continuing. We'll wait to make the formal announcement. Here comes a ball in looking for Silva, knocked down by Callista Rubel. Silva in retro, now off the left boot. This one hooking in and saved off the line. My goodness gracious. Absolute terror there for a moment. Looked like it was going to be a second in short order. But Bella Hernandez almost crawling on hands and knees to keep that one out. Modesto goal in minute number 63 off the head of number 9, Shaylin Roy Williams, her 15th of the season. Modesto 2, DVC 1. Returning for the Vikings, number 27, Alina Rodriguez. Well, that graphic has gotten awfully crowded all of a sudden. I don't think I like that. I might just call her Shay. At any rate, those are your goals there. Abreu in the 13th, Roy Williams in the 63rd. On either side of the Viking equalizer, DVC with work to do again, but they now know they're capable. There's another foul here as Cami Regas put to deck by Chloe Silva, 5th of the game against Modesto Junior College. Still yet to see one whistled against the Vikings. Modesto with the only marks on the ledger in the foul and corner kick rows. Shots, it's now 13-6 to their advantage, 9-4 in shots on goal. Long ball here by Callista Rubel on a couple of hops. Cami Regas can't get there before the arrival of Sarina Jaime. Take a moment here as this goal kick goes on to tell you a bit about DVC football. Vikings number 4 in the state now after going 5-0 in non-conference play. That capped by the 55-0 win over Shasta, but look out here. Lindsay Rose, forward for Silva. Silva with Rubel on her back, fires, and Chloe Silva is going to make it 3-1.
Go ahead, grab sub. Chloe, sub. Steve, who do you have the assist for that? Yeah, that was Shane to Chloe.
And after quite a few unassisted goals here in today's action, Chloe Silva, the first one that's actually had a helper on it, and it is the woman who'd scored the one just 3 minutes prior.
Come on. Find the black. Find the black. Fall back.
DVC looking for the response here as the ball's rattling around at the far sideline. Modesto goal in minute number 66 off the boot of number 10, Chloe Silva. Her 4th of the season, the assist from number 9, Shaylin Roy Williams. Modesto 3, DVC 1. And so today has just been a day about upsetting storylines when it comes to the way that most DVC games so far have been shaped. It's been, there's another ball over the top here as Callista Rubel pops this one up. Maila Hicks comes away with it. Regas gets stuck in and keeps that away from Roy Williams. Forward in the direction of Gonzalez unable to hold it in under pressure. The throw in going the way of the green and white. The shape of Vikings game so far has been stalemate early, suffering in the middle, and then generally winning the last chunk of the match. Today, these last 5 or 6 minutes changed the whole tenor of this one after the Vikings had the equalizer from Cami Regis, that bullet from the top of the box in the 55th. Sienna Jones coming away with it, drops back to Perez, cleared away, strong header from Hicks, and Regis back to take it away from the Modesto midfield. Drop back to Morel, up ahead here for Rattery, spins around her that ball around herself, now comes free to Angie. Angie maybe thinking about a shot. Nope, she'll dribble for a little while longer, now fires with the left boot. Stopped by Sarina Jaime. Long ball here headed by Janessa Ward. That'll kick a little funny out in front of the DVC player bench. Throw in to come here for the Vikes. We'll continue here with DVC football. Vikings went bonkers in the fourth quarter of that 55-0 win. They enter Bay 6 play perfect after outgaining Shasta by nearly 500 yards. Ball taken away here by Modesto in the midfield. Lindsay Rose cuts around the arrival of one Viking. Her opposing number 5 steps up and pokes it away. And now it is Lopez up the left side in search of the number 4, Eliza Roque, but that will go over the back line for a goal kick. Try this one more time. A look there, though, at Ferrari Miller, another productive day for him, 135 yards on the ground. Miles Dixon, 10 of the catches from the 21 completions for Kalani McLeod. Jaden Macedo came in the fourth quarter, 135 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, one of them with his feet, 2 with his arm. As we told you, the big matchup tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock down on the peninsula. Vikings, Bulldogs, number 4 versus number 1 in the state of California. Hitting the accelerator up the right side here is Shaylin Roy Williams, and she doesn't quite give herself enough room off that last touch. That's over the back line. Vikings breathe a sigh of relief. 20 minutes to go here. And with that, we'll continue our trip quickly around the horn and tell you about cross country. 10 runners went to Toro Park in Salinas last Friday. 7 of them set personal bests, including all 4 of the women, topped by Elena Mendez, who finished in 10th place. Vikings men as well had 3 personal bests. Paulo Morales top among them in the finishers in the 4 mile as the ball goes out on the far sideline. Personal records there, though, for Henry Vakakis, Ronan Collins, and Tony Crump-Fredesno to go along with Elena Mendez, Victoria Fung, Tiana Holmes, and Liani Seaver. They are idle this week, but in action next up in Santa Rosa at the Pat Ryan Invitational next Friday. Another ball forward here as Modesto look to spring, and good work there by Sofia Loera crossing over from right back to cut that ball off at the feet of Janessa Ward. Will be corner kick number 4. Shaylin Roy Williams, her 15th goal, her 6th assist. We told you before she'd been involved in 40% of the Modesto tallies. Well, she's been involved in 2 of the 3 today, scored 1 and assisted 1 of the others, as Modesto reacted to the Vikings equalizer. Just 1-0 at the break. DVC leveled it at the 55th. Since then, all Modesto, but 18 minutes to do something about it for the green and white. The sun getting low in the sky. For those that are just joining us, wondering why we're only at the 18th minute, we did get a little bit of a late start. Began at about 4:15 p.m., so we'll be stopping here about 15 minutes later. We're not dealing with NWSL levels of stoppage time or anything. Don't worry about that. Particularly since we don't have a running clock at the field, that sort of stoppage time would drive a guy nuts. I've only really seen it once in a DVC game in my past. Ball rattling around to an offside, Janessa Ward. The flag is up. Ball will end up in the back of the net, but the flag was up for a good 5 or 6 seconds. as Ward had drifted when she was fed out of the midfield. Prashant Modi, the man with the flag on that side. Francisco Manso on our side. Dave Killinen, your center official. As we approach the final quarter of an hour of action here from Vikings Field. As we told you, first of 3 consecutive Fridays here of Big 8 action. Vikings host Cosumnes River a week from today, and Sierra the week after that. Last home game in Big 8 play will be Tuesday, November 4th, and that will be the next broadcast that I'm here for. I'm going to be an ocean away, not figuratively, but quite literally, on a vacation with my wife in Japan. But I will be tuning in. We will have live streams, just not with my voice accompanying them. The ball's claimed here by Cami Regas after it was served in the direction of Molly Rattery. Initial clearance put it on the foot of the Vikings number 3, but now it's Hannah Morell getting stuck in at the far sideline. Wrestles it away. Miyazaki back to Morell. Up ahead now looking for Rattery. Back to Huber. Now wide to the right side for Alina Rodriguez. Doesn't quite get the first touch she was looking for. Retrieves the ball. Chloe Alcaraz puts a foot out and pokes it out. Sofia Loera will put in the throw here for a moment for the Vikes. That one just over the foot of Rattery. Popped up here towards the midfield stripe by Brown. Good strong header from Calista Rubel, but Rodriguez not able to hold it in at the player bench. Throw taken by Alcaraz. Another strong header from Rubel. This one, though, will go directly out of play. I'll say this much for Calista. She does not get cheated on a header. Alcaraz with her pink ribbon on the ponytail off the chest of the number 4 Roque, and a foul from behind. The very first one whistled against the Vikings today, against 5 for Modesto. They've got all 4 corner kicks as well. 14-7 the shots count now in favor of the Pirates. 10-5 shots on goal. 3-1. The numbers on the scoreboard. Bailey Brown launches this one deep, another center back. This one headed away by Cami Regas, although it's going to end up in retro. Janessa Ward working on it. We'll see who got the last touch. It was still off of green and black, and so that will be today's 5th corner kick for the Pirates. Amanda Robertson about to re-enter for the green and white in just a moment. Corner kick taken by Lopez. That one's going to scoot across everybody and wind up in the midfield. Mullinex puts one over the right side in search of Sienna Jones. In battle with Morell, she comes away with it, drops it back. Here comes a potential cross, maybe a shot intending the top left corner. Either way, it's over the back line, and it's a Viking goal kick, and it's time for a whole bunch of substitutions. Re-entering from Modesto, 2, Marissa Renteria, and 12, Chloe Silva. Correction, 10, Chloe Silva. For the Vikings, number 12, Amanda Robertson. Productive shift for Shaylin Roy Williams here in the middle of this second half as she scores what currently would stand up as the game winner and assists on the insurance tally. All of that, of course, coming in the 11 minutes following Cami Regas' bolt of an equalizer. Miyazaki in battle with Chloe Silva. Now drops it back to Robertson. Her first touch after coming back in. Doing battle with Huber. Claimed by Perez. And now her ball forward intercepted. Looking now for Gonzalez. Tries for the diagonal ball in the run of Rattery. Loved the look of that, but well cut out by Brown. Here comes Ward. She's gotten on the hip of Loera. Rubel looking to challenge. Rubel still going to be her. The ball comes free. The shot takes a deflection on the way through. It'll be corner number 6. Calista Rubel never quite found that that angle for the challenge that I think we all thought was eventually coming. Instead, rolled into the center. The shot through a forest of legs finds its way out of play. It'll be Alexis Lopez to take the corner kick, the number 16 in pink. Chloe Alcaraz on garbage duty at the top of the box. A few aggressive runs, 3 right on the line. That one's going to be met with the head of a Vikings player, and another one here as Rubel heads it more firmly away. Couldn't quite tell if that was Regis or Hicks that got to it initially. Another one out the back line and a 7th corner kick. Continues to be bonkers to me. There were none for 60 minutes, and there have been 7 in the last 19. Games have passages of play with very different personalities sometimes. This one headed forward. Kneed out by Callista Rubel. Huber lunges to try and get that one away. It's going to be a foul committed. No, excuse me, a throw-in. No foul as both players went to the deck. We saw the signal from the, maybe a change. The initial thing we saw was a point for the Vikings and a throw-in. Mr. Killinen put his the hands up over his head to signal a throw. But waiting to see exactly what comes of this. We've got a Viking on the deck at the moment. Angie Huber now back to her feet. And we will see what the plan is here. And indeed, it's a throw-in, but it is signaled the way of Modesto Junior College. That one into the body of Eliza Roque, and now loses out in a challenge. Morel forward in the direction of Rattery. That'll get to Perez first, however. Cleared away and headed forward by Roque. Renteria trying to get to it first, but Robertson will beat her there and poke it out for a Modesto throw. Into the final 10 minutes just about of action today here from Pleasant Hill. It's been an exciting contest, whole lot of action in the middle of this second half between the 55th and 66th minutes. A Viking equalizer, a Modesto go-ahead goal, and an insurance tally. Vikings looking to battle back here in the late going. Here comes Gonzalez trying to run up the back of a Modesto player. Going up against Alcaraz, but Modesto will take it away. Forward for Janessa Ward, the Delta transfer. Centrally, now looking for Ward again, but that's out off of Miyazaki. Throw in to come here. We'll take a moment to tell you about men's water polo here as we enter the final 10. Vikings, Corey Dolly's Vikings, 14-7 on the season. They just split a pair with the two teams that contested the Big 8 title game last year and lost by just a single goal to American River after beating Sierra 17-10. Donovan Swan right now, Big 8 leader, as a foul is committed here by Modesto, their 6th. The Big 8 leader in goals and assists, 5th in the state in scores, 2nd in helpers. And Rory Murphy currently 4th in the state in save percentage, and also a Big 8 leader there at the Bruce Watson Invitational at West Valley College today. As we approach championship season there. That one headed by Rattery, comes to Rigas, fired, and a lunging stop by Sarina Jaime. 6th Viking shot on goal, and may well have been destined for the post or wide, but could not take a chance. Jaime pushes that one wide. It'll be the Vikings' first corner kick of the game here, and the 8th in total in this final half hour after none for the first 60. Vikings have scored off of several corner kicks this season. Cammie's got at least 3 assists I can think of, plus an Olympico. This one bending in, looking for the heads, popped up, but it's straight to Jaime. 10-7 the shots on goal count, 15-9 the shots count, 3-1 the count that matters. Knocked down by Loera, comes to Miyazaki, looks to step around the first bit of cavalry, forward in the direction of Huber. Chested down by Perez, and Brown clears. Over the top of Callista Rubel. That's going to go all the way to Bella Hernandez. And Bella, boy, oh boy, a little lackadaisical on that one as Eliza Roque crashed in. She's looking to go into double figures on the season. Precocious freshman with 9 goals so far in 2025. She and the 3 defenders, the main freshman contributors to this team, which has otherwise returned a lot of the sophomore class. Vikings, by contrast, got Callista Rubel back a little late Up to that point, it was just Maila Hicks, a redshirt Sophia Loera, Miki Miyazaki, and Hannah Walden. Oh, and Alina Rodriguez. Sorry. Sorry, Alina. Didn't mean to forget you. You're on the bench right now. Throw is into Molly Rattery. 2 defenders on her. Tries to touch it through one of them. Instead, it banks out, and it's a throw-in over the top of Sofia Gonzalez. Bailey Brown brings it down. She's going to pop that in our direction. Somebody save the internet thing. Throw in for Loera. Miyazaki showing for it, but she's going to go up the right side. Rattery not quite able to get ahead to it. Ball kicks about. Comes back to Loera. Loera has it taken off of her foot by Janessa Ward. Up comes Miyazaki. Good aggressive work, but Ward able to ride the challenge. Over the right side, Bella Hernandez coming out, and she will beat the number 12 Sienna Jones to, or rather the 2 Marissa Renteria to it. Vikings right now with Gonzalez and Rattery up top, along with Morel on the left side. Vikings trying to get a ball away, but it's going to come free to Eliza Roque. Edge of the 18, fires, save! On the 11th shot on goal. Bella Hernandez with 8 saves today. Loera. Long ball, nobody in that zone right now for the Vikings, but they'll look to make it a quote-unquote productive turnover, and it's Sofia Gonzalez taking it away. 2 players converge there, and it's going to be Chloe Alcaraz who takes it away. Lofted up the left side. Bella out to challenge, and she will clear that. Look out here, nobody in the cage right now for the Vikings, and a good alert play by Cami Regas to clear that out to the sideline. Gonzalez pushes it forward, but it is claimed there by Lopez. In battle with Ward. Ward steps around the arrival of Loera. Out wide left side, Roque. Roque puts in a cross back post just over the head of Renteria. That's going to wind up out for a throw-in. No, correction, goal kick. It did indeed go over the back line before getting to the foot of Prashant Modi, the AR at that end. Last team in our Around the Horn coverage, DVC Volleyball, fell to defeat against Cosumnes River and Sac City in the last week. They are off today, but will be on the road against American River and San Joaquin Delta the next week here, Wednesday and Friday. So volleyball o'clock for those that wish to follow. Been a fun group, a little chaotic now and again, but certainly a fun watch, and a group that seems to really enjoy growing with each other and seem better each game. The only issue now is just the difficulty of playing against Big 8 level opposition, as Dave Killinan wants this taken from a little further back. It's going to be a free kick on the 7th Modesto foul. So we hit the 4 minutes to go mark here from Pleasant Hill. If you're along with us on DVC Vikings Live, we thank you for joining us on a Friday afternoon, and look forward to seeing you again real soon. Calista Rubel to put this one in. That one ends up slicing off the foot a bit and is going to go directly out of play along the back line. Didn't quite get the curl that she was looking for off of it. Goal kick to come here. Wind getting a little colder. Announcer wishing he brought his outer layer. It's okay, just another 3.5 minutes plus stoppages. It has gotten a little brisk. Of course, it's the kind of brisk that if I say it out loud is going to make my parents roll their eyes at me. Grew up in Baltimore, Maryland. This one's over the left side looking for Janessa Ward. Flag stays down despite the protests of Sam Lubicic on the bench. Ward comes down with it in that left corner, steps around the arrival of Loera. Now tries to put a ball to the far post. And again, a little too high. And it's out the back for a goal kick. Grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, where heaven knows you deal with your share of cold weather. Saw the low yesterday down in the low 40s. That sounds like October. Here, you give me a stiff breeze and mid to low 60s, and I start shivering. what happened to me. Goal kick claimed again by Modesto here. Ward receiving from Roque. Well stood up by Sofia Loera, and the command is go to the corner. Although she's going to have space to put in another cross. That one wound up and popped up in the air by the DVC defender. Still rattling around, and out comes Bella Hernandez. And she'll claim it here as we reach the 2 minutes to go mark, and our clock stop here at Vikings Field End on DVC Vikings Live. It's the ball forward here. Hubert will have it taken away by Bailey Brown. Angie was lurking. Any small mistake from the number 17, DVC's number 7, might have taken full advantage. End-to-end stuff. Here comes a ball into the middle looking for Roque. Here comes Rubel, and the flag is up for offside, and that will end that attack right there. I believe Tina Takuba looking for recompense for, or not even recompense, just consistency for the yellow issued earlier to Angie Huber. Saw a very similar thing done there by Eliza Roque, but nothing given. Free kick for the Vikings. Modesto have certainly had the better of it since the DVC equalizer. Taking advantage of some very skilled players and a bit longer of a bench as well. A bit more in the way of reinforcements here as DVC look for a late bit of joy here before this first conference match comes to a close. Cleared away from Hannah Morell. Robertson plays that out toward the auxiliary goals. Throw in for Modesto. Throw in taken up the sideline as it's gotten considerably darker here. Sitting in the shadows of the buildings. The DVC Palladium behind us, as well as the new field house. All of those casting long shadows across Vikings Field today. Sooner or later, I think we're going to have to start these games a little bit earlier. Throwing up the right sideline, claimed by Roque. Cami Regas getting stuck in, battling to the very, very end. Loses out, though. Hannah Morell trying to chase down a Modesto player. We've got a foul whistled, second of the day against the Vikes. And a free kick in the attacking third for the Pirates. Looks to be Karen Perez, the number 22, to put this ball in a moment from just inside the right sideline. Met by Maila Hicks, knocked down and reflected again, this time by Miyazaki, I believe. Perez feeds it back in. Out comes Bella, and she will claim that in front of Janessa Ward. And that'll be the last action of today's encounter as Modesto Junior College take home the win by a 3-1 scoreline. That'll do it for today's match, Vikings fans. Your final score, Modesto 3, DVC 1. Your scores in the first half. Peyton Abreu in the 13th minute to give Modesto the advantage. In the 55th minute, the Vikings equalizer courtesy of Cami Regas. In the 63rd, Shaylin Roy Williams getting it just across the line with the head to put Modesto back on top. And then in the 66th, Shaylin turned provider as Chloe Silva gets the insurance goal. The Vikings are on the road next Tuesday at San Joaquin Delta College, but they return to Pleasant Hill for their next home match a week from today when they host Cosumnes River College on Friday, October 17th at 4 p.m. If you can't make it to the field, the match should be live streamed, albeit without commentary, on our DVC Athletics YouTube channel. Elsewhere in Vikings land this weekend, Jimmy Collins, number 4 in the state football team, will be playing a seismic matchup with number 1 San Mateo to open Bay 6 play on the road Saturday at 1 p.m. Otherwise, it's all water polo tournament play all the time. Corey Dolly's men in Saratoga at the Bruce Watson Invitational tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. And Trisha Kwan's women taking on all-comers in San Luis Obispo at the Cuesta Invitational. To keep up with all of it, point your browser to dvcvikings.com, your source for all things green and white. Thanks again for your support of DVC Soccer. Get home safe tonight, and we'll see you again soon to cheer on your Vikings. And that'll, of course, do it for us as well here on the live stream. Again, we hope to see you soon. The next 2 Fridays, commentary-less streams on the DVC Athletics YouTube page, and then I will look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, November 4th, when the Vikings host their final Big 8 conference match, that against American River College, a little alpha and omega there for you. And, of course, the Big 8 tournament to follow after that. Until then, for all of you tuned in here on the live stream and for everybody who makes DVC Athletics possible, this is Joe Hickey signing off and wishing you dreams of green till next time. So long.